Do you know what to do in a street fight? Maybe you yourself once were attacked in the street, or maybe you know somebody that has. Obviously, it's very important to know how to defend yourself and your family. So today what we're doing is we're looking at how to defend yourself against the two most common type of punches in the street. One is a big circular strike. We call it haymaker, big circular attack. Big strong attacker sending the arm towards your face, trying to inflict as much damage as possible. The other one, part two of this video, we're going to be talking about a straight punch. Somebody's a little bit more trained, punching in a straight type of line, still a very, very dangerous attack, and we're going to look at both. So let's begin.
All right, guys, so we have Eric here with us. Him and I are going to show you the first attack, which is a big haymaker. I'm going to spend some time breaking it down. So what does that attack look like? Don't do anything for a second, Eric. Come a little bit closer. The idea is like this. Somebody's swinging very big towards your face. So these type of strikes. Very, very common. Big, big arms coming towards you. Attacker is, let's imagine, 240 pounds, putting all their weight behind the strike. This definitely is going to do some damage. So how do we deal with these type of attacks? Let me show you again, and then we'll break it down. So whenever you're ready, Eric. One more time. So what are we doing? Now the first thing to analyze here, and we talk about this in Krav Maga often, is natural responses. When we look at these type of attacks, natural instincts take over. Unfortunately, sometimes instincts are not sufficient to defend ourselves, so we need to know more, and this is what we're teaching you today. So what is the first instinct? First instinct, when I see this big attack, is something like this. So my hands are going to intercept his attack. This is a very common type of response. Arms are extended, you're trying to kind of prevent damage to yourself. It's a good start, but it's not the full solution. But we take this start and we turn it into a very comprehensive defense. And that's what we're showing you now. So let's look at it again. From this position, as this is my start, the closest arm is going to do a defense. So very simple. I'm using my left against his right to create a block. Now, how am I blocking? I'm thinking blocking on the pinky side of my forearm. I'm really thinking the middle of my forearm making contact as close as possible to his wrist. Now, it's not exactly middle of the forearm. That's fine. It gives us more room for error. So the large surface of the forearm directed towards his wrist. One more time. This action. Let's switch positions real quick. Let's show from this angle. Go ahead. One more time. So here, there's a strong block, so the forearm, towards the, more or less at the wrist of the attacker. And here, the other important concept is shifting your weight. Now, this is very important to address. Why are we shifting our weight? The reason why we're shifting our weight is because you imagine that the attacker is bigger and stronger than us. And if we are just extending the arm and the person has a lot of power into the strike, they're going to overpower us. For example, we go slow and wrong. So as he attacks, and I just put my arm out, and he has a lot of momentum behind the swing, this is going to overpower me. And overpowering means you're still probably getting hit or falling to the ground, and now you turn this into an even worse solution than before. So what we're doing now is we're shifting. So how we're shifting? As he's attacking, my far leg in relation to the defense is pushing towards this arm. So now I have all of my weight holding back against his single arm. One more time. One more time. Very strong defense. Elbow stays bent 90 degrees with a little bit of extra here. Angle is good. Don't straighten your arm out. This is going to create a slide, so we want to avoid this. Really nice and solid block. At the same time, let's switch one more time. At the same time, my free arm should be punching. Now, this is a concept in Krav Maga that's recycled. As soon as we can, we need to hit back. Why? Because if I only defend, he's going to find another way of attacking me. So I need to strike back immediately. So as he's attacking, this arm is already punching. So you're thinking about your fist, or something, even palm strike is okay, whatever you're more comfortable with, punching towards the face or the throat, depending on the level of threat in front of us. One more time. Strong punches, shoulders engaged, body is moving. And after a few punches, this creates the distance that I want to throw more strikes like kicks, knees, depending on which way I'm going. So for example, one more time. Knee, push him away, finish with a kick, move away. Ultimate goal is block, counter strike, create distance, get away, get to safety. That's our mentality. Let's look at another type of instinct that may happen here, because this other instinct is also very natural, and it's good to understand what to do if that instinct takes over. So what is this instinct? Let's come closer again. Very slow. When he is attacking me, instead of this response, my response was something like this. This is a very natural response. The idea is that you're trying to get away from the punch. Your body starts naturally moving away. Now, this is to a certain degree a certain problem, because if I go back and bring my hands up and put a block, this is going to overpower me. If you remember what we talked about earlier, my weight has to be into the attack, not away from the attack. But instincts take over, so what do? So you can go fast. One more time. So what are we doing here? So when the attack is coming and my instinct was to go away, I go away, down, and up to the other side. So we're kind of ducking under the swing, under the attack. So look again very carefully. Stop here for a second, Eric. Away is first. This was my instinct. This is where we started. From here, I'm going to duck. Now, when I duck, I don't put my head down. I want to always look towards the chest of the attacker. I'm ducking by bending my knees. Go ahead. I look at him, I go to the other side, and I come up on the other side. So now, almost I have his back to a certain degree. Now, one good thing about Krav Maga, there's no sports fighting rules. We can hit wherever we want to hit. So what I'm doing is, as I'm ducking, I'm also attacking the groin. So slow. This action. This strike is a basic palm strike towards the groin, just enough to make the person uncomfortable, make him feel a bit of pain. So really take him out of their element. One more time. This motion. And now that I get up, I can continue attacking. More strikes, striking vulnerable targets, back of the head, face, moving away, creating distance. Thank you. So again, two responses that we're looking for, or natural things that may happen. And we have those two responses, and we take those two responses and convert into two techniques that work. One is more aggressive. Hands go up, other hand punches. One is more defensive. I duck down, come up, and as I'm ducking, I'm striking the groin, come up, striking, moving away to safety. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. If you want to learn more, go to our online training center. There's a link below. Check it out. There's a lot more information to learn.